Hey everybody, what's going on? Froggy Stonks here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Good morning, good morning. So, everything's looking pretty good for us. Well, if you follow me anyways. APE up 3.8%, AMC hovering around $3.70. That's great. I love seeing AMC above 350 into this event. APE up 4% now. NCMI that we talked about, which is funny enough, I forgot that I still owned NCMI and National Cinemedia and ComputerShare, and I got a letter yesterday and it reminded me. So I got a small position in NCMI, which is great. It's up 10%. I almost guarantee you there's going to be some type of merger acquisition news or a big stock buyout on NCMI once Adam Aaron raises cash. NCMI does have contractual obligations going against Regal Theaters, where Regal broke said contract, and now there's issues in litigation where I think technically when Regal went bankrupt, they had a deal where other theaters in NCMI were supposed to be allowed to buy out assets from the theater that went bankrupt, which was not allowed to happen. So there's lawsuits. Now Meta's down to 298. Whoop, whoop. Meta is going down, baby. This is the deal here. It keeps bouncing off the upper trend line, going down into a falling wedge. It does have a longer term upper trend line, but we're coming to this nexus point here where it's going to break below 298. When it does, it's probably going to find a little bit of resistance right around this area, 290 to 288. If it does not hold, it is going to absolutely gap fill down to 222. So really excited about that. Also, this morning, I tweeted right here. We're having a good day today. Meta. Right here. Good morning, holding APE, buying space calls at open. T0 would have put AMC at $300 in 2021. People who aren't lawyers shouldn't give legal advice. CO Adam should have his own chapter in the book. These are plunderers. And Sugar Kush likes to drink Bud Light. So there's Sugar Kush there. But the space calls, I bought them directly at open as quickly as I could. It was a really good move. I'm really happy about it right now because I want to see this company do good. The stock dropped to $2.62. I got my calls around here. I got them for, I think, 33 cents per share on the contracts. It had a nice recovery, popped up, cooled back off, and is probably going to go sideways and pop back up again. This does look like it's getting ready to have a reversal, which is awesome. If it does, that's going to be great. Tomorrow, or let's see here, what's the 18th? Is that Friday? The 18th looks like it's in reversal territory out of the falling wedge. They do burn cash. They're not financially sound yet, but they did have their first successful commercialized space flight last week. Nobody talked about it. Somebody's got a hate boner for Virgin Galactic. I'm excited about it because they literally operate out of here in New Mexico from Truth or Consequences. And I'm really excited to see this because there's multiple things that could happen with this. It's not just about space flight like that. It's literally about being able to go into low orbit, right? Pay to go into lower orbit and potentially be able to fly around the world in hours. Like the applications for that for some people are just extremely valuable. Or if somebody needs to transport something from California to, let's say, northern Russia or something, and it needs to be there in hours. I mean, the applications for low Earth orbit, just skirting the atmosphere flight is incredible. And they had a very successful launch. They had a very successful landing, everything. So we'll see where Virgin goes after this. I think it's in reversal territory. My calls are already printing. I'm happy about that. But APE doing really well today. Of course, there was another lawsuit. Everybody screamed about it last night like it was the biggest deal in the world. In reality, we're gonna go ahead and read it. Dade posted the link to it, so we'll go to Dade's feed. I always try to give credit where credit's due. I think it's an absolute nothing burger personally, but in all reality, it's actually good for APE. That's the funny thing. Let's see, where's the link, Dade? Where's the link? There it is. So we'll go through the lawsuit paperwork and just kind of read it, and I'll give my opinion on it. It's not any type of legal advice or anything. Michael Simmons, on behalf of himself and all other similarly situated holders of Series A's convertible stock, which I didn't ask him to represent me. So Michael Simmons is already doing on behalf of all other similarly situated. I didn't ask him to represent me. Verified complaint. Michael Simmons, on behalf of himself and all other similarly situated holders of Series A convertible participating preferred stock and AMC preferred equity units, APEs of AMC, the company of the defendant, brings this complaint of declaratory and injunctive relief, the complaint against AMC. So he's going against AMC for an injunction of relief because APE is not going to be privy to the settlement issuance. AMC on the 28th, AMC shareholders will be getting 7.5 shares for every one share that they own currently. They'll be getting a settlement. But Judge Zern came out on her first opinion when APE dropped real sharp in after hours and said the APE class was not represented and therefore should not be privy to the said settlement. This guy thinks differently. So this is already good for APE, for one, because he wants APE to be able to be part of the settlement. I don't agree with that. I don't think APE shareholders should be part of the settlement. And even if they were, it's going to be so minimal, it won't matter. Because if you're doing 7.5 AMC shares and you get one AMC share in that settlement, then APE would get even less. I'm talking like you would get 0.25 shares for every 7 APE shares you get. So it's bogus. Nature of action. This action seeks a declaratory judgment that the settlement as defined below breaches the Series A convertible participating preferred stock certificate of designations, the COD, and B, an injunction requiring AMC to give effect to the anti-dilution provisions in section, 6 of the COD, which requires AMC to adjust the number of shares, AMC Class A common stock, to be received by the holders of the preferred stock upon the conversion of the preferred stock according to the formula set forth therein, the 7.5 to 1, and to give effect to Section 3 of the COD and distribute the special distribution as defined therein of the settlement to the holders of preferred stock at the same time, the 28th, and on the same terms as it will be distributed to the holders of the common stock. So basically, he's trying to say after APE is converted, then everybody who had APE converted into AMC should be privy to the settlement. Spence, thanks for what you do. Sorry to interrupt your flow. If you can share, what do you use for Webull TA stocks? I use Webull for all my charting. I absolutely love their charts. I don't really use anything else, but I don't really use Webull to trade. You know, after the whole AMC thing and everybody going, oh, we need to get away from the brokers who lend your shares out and who don't use lit exchange and this and that. And it was you should do that. But in reality, Fidelity is just as bad as everyone else. Fidelity, yesterday, this is the whole reason I got on here today. Yesterday, when APE and AMC were running right here, boom. At this point, Fidelity crashed. Nobody could access their accounts. Fidelity couldn't access their accounts. Couldn't trade, couldn't do nothing. APE and AMC were running. Call options were going through the roof. I was even in on some call options. I decided to sell right at the peak, minutes before Fidelity crashed. And I'll tell you why I think they crashed. I think APE and AMC were running on a FOMO event, on somebody's short book getting blown up. Bad things were happening. Fidelity most likely owns the most accounts that have the largest concentration of APE and AMC in the market since we all switched to Fidelity back a couple years ago. And I will tell you right now, that was another January 27th event. Fidelity crashed, and immediately the stock's price started coming back down, and they took back control of it, and now we're all open back up, and APE and AMC are running good, right? So it's absolutely ridiculous what's going on. I called them and they said, well, we were having trouble all week, and now we're having even more trouble. And the closer we get to the witching event this month, the worse it's going to get, because everybody is talking about APE and AMC again. It's absolutely crazy. As soon as this event is over, I am done with Fidelity. 100% done. Why do so many American-based brokers that retail use always collapse when retail stocks start doing good? It is because brokers are getting shares from the market makers that do not exist. They're giving you placeholder IOUs, and they can't keep up with the volume of trading that's happening on their platforms. They end up with a negative balance on their book with the T2, T3, I lost my words. T+2 times where they got to settlement times. So plus Fidelity really is stuck in my grandpa's market mentality. Yeah, Fidelity is a brand, man. I mean, I use them for everything, even titling companies and stuff like that. But it was absolutely terrible. You literally could not process any trades for over an hour yesterday when APE and AMC were running, and then the stock crashes. So when I am done with this, I am done with Fidelity. Honestly, I'll honestly probably just go back to Webull and trade options. But if I'm buying any stock long or short from now on, I'm probably just going to do it through ComputerShare, man. I really liked ComputerShare as a platform. And just like I was telling you guys, sometimes forgetting about what you invest in long term is good, which is why I still have NCMI. So if NCMI starts getting bought up by AMC and it blows up and goes $10, $15 or something, that's free money for me. So, all right, back to the lawsuit thing. 2, as set forth in greater detail, substantive allegations section herein, AMC sought to raise additional capital by securing shareholder approval to amend the company's certificate, additional shares of common stock. So we know that. 3, AMC sought to increase the number of authorized common shares by first creating 10 million new preferred stock. We all know that. The certificate of designation of preferred stock calls for the number of shares of common stock to be received upon the conversion of the preferred stock to be adjusted for any dilution. We know that. January 23rd, the special meeting was held. 2 class actions were filed. We know that. The parties to the class action suits were consolidated into a single action, which was the last thing that happened when Judge Zern told them, hey, you need to come back and refile consolidated. Let's see. July 21st, the Delaware Court of Chancery rejected the settlement. That was the first opinion. The parties to the class lawsuit revised the release contained in the settlement. The settlement was granted final approval. We all know that. When the court lifts the status quo order, AMC will file the amended certificate of incorporation that increases the number of shares and then converts all existing preferred stock into common stock 1-for-1 basis. AMC must, prior to conversion, give effect to the anti-dilution provisions of the COD, which require AMC to adjust the number of shares of common stock to be received by preferred stock upon conversion to the formula set therein. Give effect to the Section 3 of the COD and distribute special distribution as defined herein of the settlement to the holders of preferred stock. Parties. Plaintiff Michael Simmons, the one filing the complaint, has held AMC preferred equity units during all relevant times. 13. Defendant AMC Entertainment Holdings, Inc. Company is a Delaware corporation with its principal executive offices. We know that. Jurisdiction and venue. The court has subject matter jurisdiction over this matter. Then they cite 10 Delaware C, section 6501. Court has jurisdiction over defendant AMC, which is Delaware Corporation. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic prevented American companies, blah, blah, blah. By late 2020, hedge funds took widely reported short positions. We know that. To capitalize, August 24, 2022, announced the APE dividend. Shares of preferred stock were deposited with a depository institution, ComputerShare Inc., which I like. I'm glad they did that. Each APE is a depository share and represents 1/100th of a preferred stock. We know that. Certificate of designations, applicable conversion rate. The initial conversion rate, subject to adjustment, 1/100 shares, because 1 APE represents 1/100th. The initial conversion rate effectively calls for the conversion of APE unit into 1 share of common stock. What you're going to get is for every, what's been authorized is for every 10 shares of APE, you're going to get 1 new AMC share. Let's get to meat and potatoes of this thing. This is explaining what we already know. 2023, the sales, they talk about the Antera sales, the revised settlement. Once the status quo order is lifted, the company will increase the number of shares. Revised settlement violates the certificate of designation, which calls for the number of shares of common stock to be revised upon the conversion of the preferred stock to be adjusted for any dilution of the common stock. In the event corporation at any time prior to the conversion date issued additional shares. That's the claim. At the court stated in action under its terms, AMC agreed to distribute 6,922,565 shares of common stock to its existing common stockholders at a ratio of 1 share of common for every 7.5 shares of common stock held post-reverse split. After the reverse split, but before the conversion. So basically, they've already put out that you have to own AMC common stock to be subject to the settlement before close of business on the 24th. The settlement also breaches contractual right of the preferred shareholders and thus APE unit holders under Section 3 of the COD to be distributed, declared and paid or made in respect of the common stockholders. So he's basically saying that APE unit shareholders are being cheated because AMC common stockholders are getting a distribution via the settlement to curb the dilutive properties of APE, but APE is also actually going to feel slightly dilutive properties, which I don't agree with. APE is going to value up in the conversion, which erases any type of dilution that may have been put on APE. In reality, APE is going to take value from AMC common stockholders, so they are entitled to said settlement. I don't think this will go anywhere. Again, I was right the first time. I don't think this will go anywhere. I think this guy is just looking for a quick settlement because he knows that Antera and them already got one. It will not have any effect on the conversion, in my opinion. Everything will remain on date. Personally, if he gets it, good, because then we're going to get more shares for holding APE. If this goes through and he wins, then we'll get some type of small settlement for holding APE shares, which would be cool. Do I feel like I deserve it? No, I don't. I really don't. I don't feel like APE shareholders deserve any type of free dilution on the stock, and nor do we want it, because it could curb AMC post-conversion from running due to more dilution for free from the company. And this is anytime you get something for free out of a pool of something you already own, you're diluting the value of that. You're diluting the float. You're diluting the value. You may have more and you may have the same value for a minute, but the more it dilutes, the less rare it becomes. So in that, let's just get down here. Count 3, breach of contract, prayer for relief, where the plaintiff Michael Simmons, as representative on behalf of himself and holders of Series A convertible participating preferred stock, which I did not ask him to represent me in any form or manner, granting declaratory relief as specified herein, including a declaration that the settlement as currently structured breaches Section 2, 3, and 5 of the COD, issuing a permanent, or is that 4? Damn, I forgot my Roman noodles. I forgot my Roman noodles. Is that 5 or 4? It's one after a 6. I'm stupid. Yeah, 5, 6. I'm sorry. Now I remember. Issuing a permanent injunction as specified herein, specifying the AMC shall adjust the number of shares of common stock to be received upon the conversion of the preferred stock after special distribution in accordance with Section 6, anti-dilutive designations. C, issuing a permanent injunction as specified herein, specifying the AMC shall comply with Section 3 of the COD to pay special distribution to preferred shareholders at the same time and on the same terms as it will be paid to the holders of common stock. I don't think he'll get this. I really don't. for an order awarding plaintiff attorney fees and costs incurred to be incurred in the pursuant action. So this guy is filing for himself and on behalf of us, and then asking for attorney fees for himself. Tax the cost of the lawsuit proceeding in defendant for an order granting. This was written very well. This is very well laid out, very well written, much better than anything that Allegheny put forward. But let's try to find out if we can see who this guy is. Maybe he's got a LinkedIn profile. Michael Simmons. Let's see. He seems to know what he's doing. This is very well laid out. Let's do a quick security check. I just want to search. I don't want to. It's going to be so hard to figure out who this guy even is, honestly. But anyways, after what I just read, guys, again, I really feel like there is nothing in there. I don't believe. Yeah, I should have copied it. Matters of APE settlement distribution, in where he represents himself and all like shareholders, which I did not request representation. Will not go anywhere. And in case it even does, won't stop conversion. It would just mean APE shareholders would be entitled to settlement distribution as well. I used to be able to type so good. Any hype surrounding this new lawsuit is misplaced and is being used to earn engagement revenue. There. Okay, now that's out of the way, guys. There we go. There we go. DZZ, what's up, man? As promised yesterday, Spence. DZZ is seriously one of my best followers on Twitter, man. He is been there from day one on APE, supporting me. Brandon Holland on Twitter. So now I know is DZZ. Okay, now I know who DZZ is on YouTube. So that's great. Oh, no, that's not his name. Brandon Holland. You know what's going on is my streaming is making my keyboard not as fast. Brandon Holland 8 on Twitter has followed me from day one. He's always supported me. He's been in there on APE. He's been winning. Brandon, that super chat is going to go. I don't know if I should go do Wendy's or if I should do the tap room again, or if I should just go kick it to a charity somewhere. I'm going to figure out where to put it this weekend, buddy. And then I'm going to do a snap of the receipt so you guys know I'm on the level. I appreciate that so much. That is cool, man. You and Grandpa Barney rock. The tap room folks were so happy the other day. Uh-oh. Is my stream down? Oh, there we go. Man, my stream had to buffer for a minute. So thank you very much. I need to go get back to some comments real quick. So let's see. Roscoe, 2 lawsuits, a noisy Corax explains it. I'm not sure who that is. So I did go and view the YouTube video of the big YouTuber you guys were telling me about. And I said I didn't know who he was. I do know who he is. I forgot his name now. I actually kind of like him because he comes out and he really he really puts out his honest opinion on it, and he's got a ton. He's got like 600,000 followers now. I remember 2 years ago when he was really just coming up. Forgot his name now. Todd Maloney. Spence, thanks for what you do. Sorry to interrupt your flow. We did that one. Thanks, Todd Maloney. ERS Tech. They all do the same crap. Had several times I've seen them turn on sell and claim issues. Dude, it's so bad. The brokers are so bad. Roscoe, Fidelity sucks. I'll be done with those clowns too. After this event, I am done with Fidelity for good. I'm done with them. So, Meta popped back up a little bit. Not worried about it. Space correcting again. Let's drop our bottom support line here. I don't want to do this. That's a big candle wick. We'll just do the base here. Hopefully Space gets this massive reversal. Let's check the daily on Space. Is there any gaps? Boom. Gap. Right there. Gap fill territory. We love the gap. 488 gap fill on Space. I'm so glad I looked at that. Space is in reversal territory. Has an upside gap fill of 488. That is a nice gain from where we're at. And I'll tell you right now, the reason it's not just rocketing up right now is because the overall macro market is in such bad shape, which is why I have the meta puts. More than likely by next week, Meta is going to start tracking well under 300 bucks. That's going to be great. So I'm sorry. Let's go back to APE and AMC. AMC is taking a hit. Let's see. Yep. APE's kind of coming back down, but we're well within ranges. Some of my lines. Let's put a little support line here. Yeah, let's say right there. Let's put a little, let's drag our resistance line down here for the time being so we can set a new channel. All right, and we'll probably be this way tomorrow too. We'll see what happens. Options chain is going to reflect tomorrow. Then next week, we got through this week. Next week's it, baby. The 22nd is the initial day that we had APE distributed to us, and the 24th is the reverse split day, and the 25th is conversion day. Also, please like the video, sub, make sure you set your alerts on my channel, and share the video very much, please. All this stuff is very relevant. I'm so happy I can continue to stream about relevant things daily so far. I don't like to stream unless there's actually something to talk about. I'm not here just to make money by sitting here and you guys staring at me at my computer. I should, because I keep giving it away to good causes, but I will be totally honest, this takes a lot of energy. I'm actually got to give props even to the streamers I don't like because I think they're kind of manipulating. It takes a lot of work for them to do it, so... New APE lawsuit. There we go. Retweeted that. It's funny. I forget to tweet my own live stream. So, let's see. What the fuck? Why not interactive brokers? It didn't lag for me. Everybody keeps talking about interactive brokers. I don't know if I want to go with them. They gave us a lot of trouble during the SBNY put saga, but so did everybody. So let's see. Honestly, I don't know, man. Schwab has the fastest customer service, to be totally honest. I see this morning Fidelity changed the app up some. It sucks even worse now. Yeah, as soon as Ken Griffin started working with Fidelity, the app got slow, the platform got slow. Everything is just terrible on Fidelity now. Fidelity also lowered the limit orders and got rid of my extended hours trading. You may want to look into that. That sucks. Hey, what's up? What's up, Mike G? Mike G's been here since the beginning too, man. Much appreciation to him. In my opinion, Fidelity really best for old school long-term holds. Yeah, I agree with that. Al Gore's rhythm, liking these daily streams. Thanks, man. I'm trying to do them as relevant information comes out because I do not like streaming when there's nothing to talk about, man. It's just not. the quality of the stream and the call goes way down. So, yes, sir. You know how we do. Tactical reviews. Keenan, I like Keenan. I like Keenan because he talks what he wants to talk, man. I've always respected him, especially for the age he's at, how well he's doing. He's very motivational. Am I buffering again? I wonder why I'm buffering. He's very motivational. He puts out really positive stuff. He tries to get people to build wealth. He talks about not being married to the play. I've always liked Keenan, man. I've learned from him. Ants Trades. Yeah, Ants Trades I like him. That's everybody was asking me and telling me about stuff and whatnot, and he puts out some really good content. You're seeing 35 after the split. Why would the FTD holders then cover or wait? So when we reverse split, if AMC is at $3.50 during the reverse split, then it's going to be $35. There's a chance it may get shorted right back down the same day. I doubt that because there's no incentive to do it, because there's a lot of short sellers on AMC who are long APE. It would benefit them to cover their AMC shorts into the reverse split to make the stock price run. So when APE converts, their APE converts way up in value. See, what they've done is they've changed where they don't have as big as a short position as they do their APE long position, so they're hedged differently. They can make their own stock run and probably catch some shorts that are not playing the game. Maybe there's some smaller institutions that are naked shorts that would really get blown up. They're going to cover into their own APE converted longs going really high into their own settlement being given to them for free at higher prices, and then they'll short it back down and kill it, in my opinion. Maybe it's Zip Trader. Let's just look it up, dang it. Zip Trader. Nope. Ant Trades. Is it Ants Trades? Nope, not Ants Trades. Ants Trades, some people have told me they really like him, that he's just real. He's just keeps it fun and honest, I guess. So yeah, but Zip Trader, yeah, he puts out some good content, man. I've watched him a couple times in the past, and he gets pretty funny. He gets pretty raw on what he says, but he tells some good jokes and good entertainment value. So just to give props to the other tubers, man, out there. I don't personally use anybody's DD. I literally do not watch YouTube videos on AMC stock anymore. I do all my own DD, which I always see end up on other people's channels. So I just re-enabled my extended hours trading on Fidelity. What a joke. Yeah, I know, Roscoe. They're trying to get us, man. ERS Tech. Ad technician, JD, he never said 35 as a call. He said if AMC closed at 350 before reverse split, it would turn in 35 conversion. Absolutely. So 35, if we're 350 at close in the reverse split, it'll open at 35. What I'm saying is there's no incentive for shorts to attack that back down before their APE shares convert into AMC, so they're worth more, right? They could actually cover into their APEs converting, which would actually be a win for them. BTC looking bad, drop below 29K coming soon. That's absolutely right. And I'm telling you why it's going to do it right now, because they need liquidity for this play that's coming up. We had that issue with Fidelity yesterday. The options chain was looking like it was going to do a gamma squeeze event, and boom, Bitcoin's dropping, Meta's dropping, the market's dropping for liquidity. They're taking liquidity wherever they can get it. I honestly think Bitcoin is probably going to go back under 28,570. This is what they used to do all the time back in the day when AMC was running. They were using crypto as a means to build liquidity. Let's see. What? Just my feeling the squeeze would happen at after hours? Yeah, probably. If there is a squeeze, they'll probably try to run it after hours. Less retail people will be able to do anything after hours, or especially pre-market before 4 a.m. So with them covering, where do you think it could go past 35? Honestly, with them, if they, let's just say this, without covering, if we reverse split and it opens at 35 and then APE is converted into it, that is going to give it some more value, because APE is worth money, meaning we could see 35. Let's do the total, 350 and 250. So we're going to have, let's say, $6, but since the float of APE is so much bigger, I would say 40 to 45 potentially. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not telling you to plan on that. You do not want to get caught bag holding this thing. There's a lot of people in here that are just trying to fix your bags. I'm telling you right now, if you've been negative on this play for 2-3 years and you can get your money back and break even, get your money back, break even, and move on to another play. You do not want to end up bag holding this thing again. I am very confident after the 28th, the settlement distribution, that the stock is probably going to plummet, right? As Adam Aaron starts raising cash. It's trades you're looking for. Yeah. Nicholas Papajohn, what up, Spence? What's up, dude? Technician JD, I get that, but I'm asking if they did cover so many that look like that. So, in my opinion, there is an incentive for the arbitrage players to cover their shorts into the reverse split. There's a big incentive because their APE longs are going to convert much higher. If they can get their APE longs converted and AMC is sitting at $60, $70, they're going to make so much money because they bought their APE longs down at 68 to $1. They're going to make so much money that they literally can wait for their settlement, and then Adam Aaron can raise billions to pay the same people who are playing arbitrage off on the bonds, and as he raises cash, they drop the stock price back down by reshorting it. They get paid out on their bonds. They made a bunch of money on their longs, and like I said, once some of the bonds are gone, the covenants are gone, meaning Adam Aaron, if he has enough cash, and now say this, retail sells out, institutions basically own most of AMC. Adam Aaron goes, yeah, I'm going to do a special cash dividend like I did in 2019. And then boom, they get paid again, man. I am thinking in my mind how the institutions are playing this as corruptly as possible. And so far I've been 100% right. So, ERS Tech, TBH Discord group, scream collusion charges. Way too easy for me to just get involved in them. Not sure. Could be. I'm not a big fan of Discord groups at all. So, Vix, Trey needs prison time. Honestly, he peeled off, left. You know, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot going on with Trey. In my personal opinion, there's going to be a few people at the end of this. There's going to be a lot of AMC common stockholders who get destroyed in this because they're still buying the buy and hodl hype. Cat Striker, Ken Griffin, bad, Bigham's Phase 6 garbage. They're going to end up massive bag holders with $300 cost averages, and they're going to look for people to blame, and it's going to be the influencers who got them into the play. And I'm guaranteeing you that DMs are going to come out, emails are going to come out, and we're going to find some type of alleged collusion between some of these influencers and Adam Aaron. Nicholas Popjohn, bro, I'm glad you are keeping it 100%. I try to as much as I can, man. I have no reason to lie. I don't need to lie on this channel because I don't need this channel for my revenue stream. I have my VA disability. I have investments I've set up for a long time. I've got money put away from real estate sales. I'm not a realtor. I'm just talking about stuff I've flipped. And I'm up 300% on the year, not to mention that because I subscribe and watch Mark Cohode's tweets on Twitter, I key up on stuff that's going on. When he was blowing up FTX, I got into SBNY. I made a ton of money on that. I got into FRC, made a ton of money on that. And I was nearly up $250,000 on my Metropolitan Bank puts before, and they should have went out of business, before Jamie Dimon came out, pimped the market and said, hey, there's going to be a short ban on bank stocks, and it flipped the markets on its head. I woke up the next day. I went from like 150,000 up on those puts down to like 60K. It was heartbreaking. I almost did it. I almost made my one huge play that was going to put me over the top. So when arbitrage should have happened already. No. Arbitrage is a continuing process where you short and long and play the bond. Basically, there's still an arbitrage gap between APE and AMC because the price APE, AMC is here, APE is here. The price gap hasn't filled yet. What's going to happen on conversion, that gap is going to close. Then you have your arbitrage gain where you cover your short into your own long going up. So let's see. Trey is friends with AA Sun. Yeah, that's what I've been told, man. Nicholas Papajohn, I've been told that. I appreciate you. I made bank on MetaPut. Thank you. Awesome, man. Way to go. If you guys got in on the MetaPuts when I tweeted it, we told everybody, or I didn't tell anybody to get in, but we started getting in around 317. That's about as good as you're going to get on that. It's done nothing but go down since then, and it looks like it's getting to a nexus point where it's going to have breakdown, fill its gaps. The overall market is bad, and guess what time frame that is happening on? Look at that date, the 22nd. So if Meta tanks next week on AMC running, we know they're pulling liquidity from other blue chips to cover this event with AMC. It's perfect timing, man. JP Morgan sucks. Yes, I cannot stand JP Morgan. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon had to go be deposed on why he had such relationships with Jeffrey Epstein, why they bankrolled him for years. And all he said is, we regret bankrolling him. Jamie Morgan and JP Dimon are absolute garbage, in my opinion. I'm waiting until after split and conversion because I don't trust anything right now, and I have a suspicion AMC will get short attacked after the split. That could possibly happen, but in my opinion, this time there's no incentive for the stock to be short attacked after the reverse split because, like I said, the same AMC shorts have APE long, meaning they could cover into their own APE valuing up 10x. Meta is 750 billion. AMC is a tiny fraction of that. Yeah, it doesn't matter though, because when you have an AMC position as big as the people do, it's a huge short position. We've talked about it for years. Not only that, if AMC starts running, other meme stocks could start running too. They have to prepare. They're taking liquidity from Facebook. But the other issue is the whole macro market is bad right now. It overinflated again. It's been overinflated again way too quick out of it, basically a crash that should have went way worse than this. Way worse than this, right? The SPY should have went down way further. We should have saw it back in the 315 ranges. It never happened. They overinflated it with fake economic numbers. Now we've peaked again, and it's already back on its next downturn. And if you look at the SPY, let's just check the SPY in itself. There's a gap right there. Look at that. The SPY's already filled one gap right here at 442. There is a SPY gap down at 418. The SPY comes back down to 418. Meta is going well back to 222. So everything is keyed up perfectly in sync with exactly what I'm saying, and I hope it does it, because if so, the Meta put holders are going to cash in big, man. Shorts are a fraction of that. Makes no sense, FS. Okay. There's a very large unreported short position on AMC, in my opinion. You do not have to report short interest. We all know the FTDs are in the millions. It's crazy. Total short positions are less than $1 billion, but you're not considering all the other meme stocks. When one meme stock runs, it's a basket. They all like to run. That's why Melvin Capital got blown up back in March. So you can say that, but we've already seen the effect of what happens when AMC starts running and GME starts running. Hedge funds get put out of business. ESR track. I can see a suture step of quick short attack to FOMO some retail. Yeah, even if they do, I don't see them short attacking AMC on the reverse split, guys. It could very well happen and people could get crushed. So watch your investment carefully. The day of the reverse split, I'm going to be sitting at my computer, and if I see it start dropping, I'm going to sell, and I'll look to buy back in through the conversion. But right now I'm up. Why would I let my position that's up go into a bag? I'm not going to do it. But like I said, with each reverse split I've seen on the market initially after for short term in the day, on the day of, it goes up. Every single reverse split I've seen in meme stock ends up going up initially, and then it comes back down. Do synthetics actually exist? See, the word synthetic is not the right thing to do. What's really going on, in my opinion, is companies are doing these total return swaps very, very irresponsibly. It's when you have a bag of shares and people need them, you loan those shares to them for a premium. Now, if they loan them to one company and then another company and another company, and they're making all this money on the premium from loaning these shares out in a total return swap, what happens is if one short position starts getting blown up and they need those shares to cover, that total return swap bag can actually give them the shares, and suddenly that company that borrowed them is naked short. There could be hundreds of millions of shares naked short in the market right now because they were tricked into going naked short. A lot of smaller hedge funds will be short a stock and naked short and not know it. They will have no clue they are naked short until they try to cover, and they cannot get location on the shares they need to cover, which is probably what's going to happen coming up this week or next weekend. So it's absolutely wild, man. Let's go through some tweets real quick and see if anything's popping off here. To everybody that retweeted on Twitter, I appreciate that. Repost anyways. Elohim, Ecstasy, T-Dog, good follow. All of them. Brendan, good follows right here, guys. You guys should follow all these folks, man. Elohim get a little heated every now and then, and he's got to restart an account like every 3 weeks. But, dude, he's honest, he's loyal, and he's real. So, and T-Dog, he'll just come out and tell you the straight up truth, man. And he's been right with me the whole time. We're differing a little bit into this reverse split conversion. I can see he may be on the ropes a little bit, but I'm playing more risk. He's playing very safe. If you want to get out of this play with guaranteed no loss if you're up in your position or you get break even, T-Dog's strategy is better. He's ready to get out soon, or if he already is, his strategy is much safer. I'm playing more risk by going into the reverse split and into the conversion because my thesis, I think, is right that they will cover through that period. And like I said, cost to borrow just went up 850%. So think about that. Let's go to Froggy Sal's page. He was posting that. Froggy's keying back up big time, man. He got done really bad by a lot of people in the community, just like I did. Let's see. He's doing some TA. Go check that out. Where is his post about? Let's see. There it is. Boom. Oh, well, that's not it. So 0 shares to borrow after yesterday, after Fidelity closed down. So, you know, they tried to reshort to keep everything down. But 841%. August 15th, cost to borrow went up to 841%, and somebody took out new shorts because there's 0 shares to borrow, meaning they tried to stop the stock from running. Now, to hold those through a reverse split conversion is extremely dangerous. If you hold those at 851% and this thing runs and it never comes back down below $35 for weeks at a time or months, that is a huge, huge build that you're holding. So there is incentive for them to cover. People who have short positions when cost to borrow was over 800%, 900%, 1,000%, and this thing's about to reverse split and potentially run, they're holding a huge cost to borrow on a big bag for a long time potentially. It's not worth the risk, which is why, in my opinion, we see shorts cover into the reverse split, which causes the stock price to go up 50, 60 bucks. APE converts, so now their new APE shares where their cost averages are like 10 bucks, their new AMC shares are worth $60. Then they get free shares in the settlement, boom, from the AMC longs that they did hold. So those shares are worth more than the AMC longs they're holding for said settlement. So it's absolutely crazy what they can do here. And then when Adam Aaron says, I'm raising cash, boom, they short it back down. Adam Aaron raises billions. Then they go back and buy long on the stock. They cover their shorts. The bondholders get paid out. They go long on the stock again. It pops back to 30, 35 bucks, and Adam Aaron pays them a special dividend, man. It's so crooked that I can't not see. My thesis is based on how corrupt the market actually is in this play. And the more corrupt, it's like a scale. It's like I should do a chart. The more corrupt, the more likely it is about to happen. That's exactly what we're going to do right now. Let me draw one out. Oh, where's my Sharpie? Man, somebody stole my freaking Sharpie? Never happens to me. What the? Let's see if we can just find one. Simple chart creator. Hold on, let me just pull paint up. We'll go old school on this one. This is going to make so much sense to people right here. In the comments, tell me what you think we should add to it. So let's see. Let's get some thick lines. Let's do real thick. Solid outline, size, thick. So here's our first line. And let's do another line. Okay. Boom. All right. There's our grid. All right. So I don't even think we should do a curve. I think it's going to be direct magnitude here. So let's do this. And let's do this. Really basic, right? That's pretty even looking. Over here, our bottom, let's do corruption magnitude, corruption intensity. And up here, let's do probability of corruption. Right? Does that make sense to everybody? Oh, I typed it down there. God dang it. Corruption intensity. Let's do this. Let's do effectiveness. Effectiveness of the corruption. Probability of corruption happening. The effectiveness of corruption is, will they make money on it? And the probability of corruption is the corruption happening. So the more effective, the effectiveness of the corruption, the more that goes up, the more effective the corruption is, we're on this line. The probability of corruption happening, man, maybe we should do a curve. But it does come to a singular point. So if yeah, we need to do a curve instead of an X diagram. Okay, let's get rid of those lines. What's going on here? Thinking that's what we do, something like that. Yeah, so the more, no, it just needs to be one straight line. I haven't charted in a while, guys, so there, just that. Yeah, right there. That's all we need. And it is. It's effectiveness of corruption. And over here is going to be probability of corrupt event happening. Boom, that's it right there. That's all we need. It's literally the FAFO scale almost. So the more effective the corruption will be, the higher probability that a hedge fund is going to make money off of a corrupt practice, the more probable that will be. So let's say let's put APE on this, right? The APE play we all know is pretty corrupt. It was a scheme to create an arbitrage event so that Adam Aron's friends could win. So let's say everybody that was against APE, that thought AMC was going to squeeze if APE failed, they're one half of the population. Everybody that knew APE was going to succeed because they're big hedge fund money and they're playing arbitrage knew it was going to succeed because they're big money, they're the market and all that. And then there's us in the middle. So let's just say most of retail believed that APE was not going to convert. That's one unit of measure. Retail people like me and you guys who didn't really like the plan because it ruined the AMC squeeze, but we knew it was going through anyways, played it because we're not going to lose our money as another measure. And then all the big money hedge fund people that knew it was going to succeed played arbitrage because they knew Adam Aron was selling us out. Boom. So I would say out of the three, retail who thought APE wasn't going to convert is the smallest value. Us in between, let's give them a score of 25, which we'll just say is like right here. And then us in between, let's say we were like right here with a score of 50. And this is, let's give them 15. Let's give us 35. And then hedge funds get the rest. So they're like right here. So they're right at the end. So the hedge funds believe without a shadow of a doubt that APE was going to convert and they were going to win. So the probability of the corrupt event happening would be here. And if you measure it that way in your psychology, I knew this shit was going to happen. Excuse my language. I knew the hedge funds were going to play this play. Mark Cohodes taught me a lesson about the bondholders, and especially after I read These Are Plunderers, this event had a very high probability of happening because it was so corrupt. The effectiveness of this corrupt event was going to make them so much money that it's this high on the probability scale. We were right here in between. So look at the risk profile there. AMC common stock investors that were trying to stop APE from converting, saying we're gonna fight the idealistic battle, we're gonna revolt, had a very low probability of them fighting it. So they were very low on the probability line, right? This makes total sense. This is a lot better than some Save Billy crap, I'll tell you that. So this is where, nope, I want to do red. This is where the AMC lawsuit folks who thought they were fighting the system and they were going to win some legal battle and all this, and APE wasn't going to convert. This is their level of success right here. Very minimal, very high risk in their investment. The lower you are on this line, the higher the risk is, right? We were all right here in between. We said, okay, the lawsuit might have an effect, but we don't think so. So we're going to play on the side of the hedge funds, but be ready to flip back as soon as possible. So we're in the medium risk range. It's not that bad. Hedge funds knew that this lawsuit was probably a plan by Adam Aron to dilute more stock to make where the arbitrage had more incentive for shorts to cover into the settlement date. So the probability of the corrupt event happening was extremely high. The effectiveness of it was extremely high. Boom. Right? And they got it and they won. In that, we also are going to get a win because we got in early. Now, if we would have got in at 66 cents, where all the major hedge funds, 66 to under 80 cents, again, where all the major hedge funds were in, we probably would have got in the play around this time frame, right? We would have been much better off. We would have been higher in our reward and gain right now, but we played it safe. I honestly think what we did on this play where we got back in around $1.40, $1.50 was the safer play. It was less risk. Now we're up. We're here. Hedge funds are here. Hedge funds are here with very low risk. We're here with very low risk. But the AMC common stock lawsuit people, right, the barracks lawyers that are right here are extremely high risk of getting a massive dilution on their AMC common stock after the event is over. So that's kind of cool. I'm actually going to save this chart. This is like a risk assessment chart in reality. So we'll just put that down there for now. But anyways, there we are. T-Dog's arguing with Daily Blend. Daily Blend's a fraud. Nobody should listen to him, in my opinion. I think he's misleading people into massive bags. Let's check the stock real quick. APE. Everything came back down. APE is still green on the day. AMC's coming back down to 350. It's probably going to try to bounce around there. Meta is under 300 again. It looks like it's setting up for a downturn. This is good. 297, it's trying to keep support at that, which is not really a very good support line. I think it's going to break through that. Space, still creeping around. We're still printing on our AMC or our space call options. More than likely, this comes through and tries to close in that area for the day. Then we go into the portion. It looks like it's building a channel. We go into Friday. And the 18th is Friday, I believe. We go into Friday, maybe start popping up above this channel into this descending wedge clearing time. And then we break out next week, probably when AMC and the meme stocks start running, because the market's going to start rebalancing. It's going to use that liquidity to cover some short interest. Space is heavily shorted. It's been for a while. but it is flying people out into space now. The only thing you have to watch with space is you have to watch for any FAA filings to make sure they're not being grounded for anything, because that's what happened to their stock. They were grounded over and over and over again from the FAA, because the first time they did their flight with the astronauts, they went slightly off their flight path. The FAA grounded them. The stock tanked. So far, they haven't had any major incidences yet, but that's what you want to watch for. You do not want to see one of their flights go up and have a bad Challenger moment or something. The stock will go to nothing overnight. You have to be very careful with that. But for now, things look good. It's an active long-term hold. Do not miss any news on it if you're getting into it, which I'll continue to cover it. Let's see what else is going on. Bitcoin's down. MCB's down. NCMI is still up 5%, had a good run today. I believe there will be some short covering on this soon if Adam Aaron pumps some money into it. All right, let's finish these comments up. Oh, man. Ooh, you guys did I don't even know where I left off. Let's see here. Synthetics, there we are. I feel like hedge funds like Citadel that just want to bankrupt AMC would want to short AMC as low as they can. Look, Gus Chensworth, I'm going to tell you guys all something right now. Citadel more than likely is not naked short AMC. More than likely, their position, from what I've seen for 2 years, has been well hedged. Citadel makes money on market making. They're not worried about making money on big stock plays. They make billions on market making, meaning that every time you buy and sell a share, they make money on that. They make billions off of it. Payment for order flow is no joke. This whole thing with Ken Griffin being the #1 enemy, I don't like him. He's a scumbag. And yes, he does manipulate markets and he is involved in this. But I will tell you right now, the guy that everybody should have been worried about the whole time was Adam Aaron, which is really funny because Kat Stryker turned this whole community into the cult of Adam Aaron, and she worships the guy for her clout, but he is the suit. He's the bad guy working for the hedge funds and the banks, right? Ken Griffin's just trying to be a market maker. He's probably doing shady shit that's affecting this, but you should be more worried about Adam Aaron than Ken Griffin, and everybody gave Kat tens of thousands of dollars to do these billboards to get our attention off of Adam Aaron doing exactly what he's doing here, which is APE. If everybody would have circled around Mark Cohodes instead of the bartender, we would have done T0. And if not, we could have removed Adam Aaron from the board of directors and put in somebody who would have done T0. The biggest scam in history is the distraction event created by Kat Stryker's billboards to go after Ken Griffin instead of watching what the CEO of the company was doing to the company. Adam Aaron took the stock from 72 down to 4. I don't know how people are so confused about that. Can AA raise capital while still having $500 million in cash? Yes, he can. He can sell shares at any time. Well, they can make money 5 ways with special dividend from AA. Yes, they can. D's easy. That is exactly right. Short sellers in AMC can literally make money 5 different ways from Adam Aaron through this event, which gives them incentive to cover during the reverse split, in my opinion. We can't see. Can you please explain again? Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with my stream. It got delayed multiple times today. Yeah, just bring it to the top when it's ready. Shrine. Oh, I can imagine what it looks like. You guys said you can't see the chart. Can you see this? Can you guys see it now? I'm going to be mad if you guys didn't get to see the chart the entire time. Can we see the chart? Like right now, you guys should be able to see that chart. So I don't know what's going on with my live stream. One of Trey's videos, he mentioned how his friend's dad talked to him, how he reads charts probably. Yeah, I know, man. Charts are great when they're visible. I understand absolutely. Citadel goes, well said. Nicholas Papajohn, would you buy AMC puts until the split? I'm not going to. I'm not going to buy AMC puts. I'm going to wait and see if it runs through the reverse split and conversion. And then the day of the 28th is when I would buy AMC puts, in my opinion. All right, cool. I'm sorry you guys couldn't see the chart the whole time I was doing that. So right here, if you guys can see that, oh, it's because of my stupid, I'm sorry. I know what the problem is now. I told you guys I'm not good at streaming. Yay. All right, right here, this circle, this is where the AMC lawsuit people are that think AMC is still going to squeeze if APE doesn't convert. So they are on the effectiveness of the corruption and the probability of the event happening. They are fighting a legal battle down here where it's high risk. This line also represents risk. We are right here in the middle where we know it's probably going to happen. We know the effectiveness of the corruption is high and the probability of the event happening is very high. So what we see here is a very low risk situation where we are basically betting with the market, knowing that the hedge funds are going to win this one because of the arbitrage. So we have this is like a risk line, very low risk, right? Now, right here is where the hedge funds are. They know the effectiveness is the corruption is very effective. They know the probability of it happening is very high. They have almost no risk up here. Now, if we would have bought in earlier with said hedge funds when the stock was down at like $1.32, knowing this was going to win, we would have even less risk. So this line going up this way is a risk line. So that's that chart that I really like now. That went better than I expected. But all right, let me go back to the comments real quick, and then I'm going to kick off, guys. I'm getting hungry. We saw it. Okay, cool. Cat clout chasing with her fat rack. I'm not gonna lie, she's a good looking girl. Seriously, I mean, easy to crush on her, but maybe she's not doing it on purpose. I don't know, man. But I'm telling you, Adam Aaron was the wrong person to support. It was the wrong person to create a cult following around. He is the suit, the Apollo Global Mudrick suit, man. Mav, there we go. Nicholas Papajohn, that's better. Shrine, nope. Here's E-Tech. We could see it behind your camera. Okay, yeah, okay. How long do you think AA waits to dump more AMCs after conversion? Directly after the settlement. As soon as the settlement over, I think Adam Aaron drops more AMC shares. He's going to raise a lot of cash, guys. Think of this. The bondholders who are short AMC that are long APE have an incentive to cover their AMC into their APE valuing way up, so Adam Aaron can raise enough cash to pay them out a premium on the bonds, and then they short the stock back down after the cash raise, after the settlement, into them basically buying the company back up, and then they get their premium from the bond, and Adam Aaron then pays them a special dividend. So it's extremely corrupt. That's why we have the chart, and this is where the hedge funds are. Let's put here APE holders. APE holders, and then here is hedge funds, hedgy, and then here is common stock squeeze lawsuit people, barracks lawyers. Common stock AMC barracks. What happened? Common stock AMC squeeze hype. There. And this line right here is risk. This is the risk line. Do green. Let's do yellow. Risk value. Yeah. So the higher you go on this line, the less risk you're taking, because the effectiveness of the corruption is so good, meaning they'll make so much money off the corruption, the probability is extremely high, right? That's the thing. And right here would be shareholders who played with hedge funds from day one. Extremely low risk. Hedgies have almost no risk. Shareholders who played with them have extremely low risk. APE holders who are basically, when we bought like $1.40 when I started talking about it again, we're here with very little risk, medium risk value in case they short the stock back down, right? And then the common stock AMC squeeze hype people who are the barracks lawyers have extremely high risk now, because if this event unfolds, AMC is going to get AMC common legacy stock is going to get diluted so heavily by the conversion, they're going to lose another 30%. And if they have cost averages of $10 or more and they're not holding any APE, they're going to have $100 cost averages post reverse split. Boom. I just made a risk assessment chart for the entire AMC community, so you know exactly where I've been sitting this entire time. I don't like the APE conversion thing. I never did. I knew Adam Aaron was doing this for a reason, and it's extremely corrupt. I knew the hedge funds were doing this for a reason, and it's extremely corrupt. The probability of them winning is so high that I wasn't going to sit here and lose my money. And in that, I helped tons of people fix their bags in the last couple months. So either way, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to kick off. I'm going to go save my chart. I actually might doctor up that chart and make it a little better. And it doesn't look like too much is going to happen in stock prices today. Space is going up. That's good. So anybody who got in on space calls today, we're printing hard. Meta's printing hard on our puts. And I think we're probably just going to have kind of slow, wacky days until we get to the 22nd, Tuesday, and we get more news. And then if any more news drops on the settlement, I'll come out and give you guys the truth instead of the hype. And again, D's easy, man, thank you so much. I'm going to go out and kick that $100 to somebody today. I'm going to try to decide where to do it. I'm thinking I should kick a fast food place, man. I'm feeling some Wendy's today. I'm feeling the Fudd fries today, man. So maybe I'll go to Wendy's and I'll kick a good shot to the Wendy's folks. And I appreciate that very much, guys. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all guys take care. Good luck in whatever way you're playing the play. If you're AMC common long, I'm not saying you're a bad person or that you're dumb or anything. I'm just saying you're very high risk right now. If you're APE long, you're very low risk. If you're a mix of both, you're medium risk. That's just how the play is right now. Y'all guys take care. Good luck. Have a good week. Froggy Stonks out.